Welcome everyone on today's Metal3 Community meeting. My name is Adam Rosman. I will be your host today, and today is the 4th of December 2024. I think we can skip the introductions, continue with the usual reminders. Please remember that the meeting is recorded. If you would like to help the project with contributions, then feel free to please filter for the help wanted and the good first issue labels on the project level, or follow the link from the meeting notes, and that would help us greatly. Feel free to add your organization as an adopter if you think that your organization would like to publicly disclose that you are using Metal3, then that's the best way to do it, and that would help us gauge the adoption levels. If you would like to do this, create a pull request for the community repository in the Metal3 bio project and edit the adopters.md file in the root of the repository. If you feel that you are experiencing CI issues, and you think those issues are not related to your pull request, then please create an issue in the affected repository and link that issue to the Metal3 CI tracker project. And that way we can much more easily track these issues. Other than that, at least I have not heard any news about the incubation. We are still in the assigned state, so our reviewer has been assigned, and let's see what happens next. No any other news. And if anyone is interested in any other metrics, you all know already that you can check all these links and see the CI status or the artifacts and so on. Okay, we have not carried over anything from last week, and I believe that was a good discussion last week in general. So I think the next topic is the community working group updates, and the first working group is the IREX scalability group, and we have some updates from Dimitri.
Hello, folks. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Good. It's complete Zoom update, so I'm wondering if actually works. Anyway, there's not much to report, but I'm working still towards ironic standalone operator MVP. Still on track for having something in the middle of January. So this so far so good. The biggest items are integration CI, help welcome, and revamping the image support, as we discussed into one of the GitHub discussions before, a few weeks before. That's largely it about our next loan operator. Questions, welcome, help, welcome. And if there are no questions or comments here, I'm actually curious. So we have merged fake IPA support, and I'm really interested if we have some outcomes we can report, or maybe some action items based off fake API testing, or hasn't not been conducted fully yet.
Well, as far as I know, it has been conducted and integrated into the devenv. Others, please correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, sorry, I should have focused on this, but I was on vacation and before that KubeCon. So Mohammed, before he left, he almost finished the test, but he still got some issue. I tried it again today, and for some reason, the Devan is using the next standalone operator, and it was having some problem. So maybe I need some more time to check what is the issue there. But yeah, basically on our test, on our setup, it was working fine. So at least we could be able, and Mohammed was able to make it work on his like local test. But he was aiming to use the copy basically Gabi has some similar tests, and he was trying to use the same, and it includes the cluster class, which is not very commonly used in our KPM3, so that's why it was not working for him. But I guess, yeah, I hope that I could make it work soon, maybe next week or something.
Great. Thank you for
Yeah.
the update.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, or rather, I'm very excited for the point in time where we start conducting this testing regularly and start finding issues and start actually fixing issues in Ironic and BMO. Let's not forget that this is the final goal.
Yeah. By the way, related to this, we were discussing this earlier today, and I was meaning to ask you, Dimitri. I checked that you last time you also mentioned that the Ionic standalone operator will have some HA, which means if I understand correctly, you want to have like one Ionic for each node. But I'm wondering if we could extend that towards like if we could have multiple or like just customizable number of Ironics. For example, we don't have to focus on how many nodes are there, but just for example, in this testing case, we would need, for example, 10 Ironics, but the test might only have one node or two nodes. Is that something we could add to the scope, or do you think it should be something else?
That's a discussion we're definitely going to have eventually, definitely after the MVP, because right now the topic of having several Ironics per control plane node is severely limited by our usage of host networking and associated problems with that. So probably the sequence of events will be Ironic standalone operator MVP without HA first, then HA MVP, so to say, where we have exactly one Ironic per control plane node, which is the mode that is most tested upstream in Ironic world. Then we start seriously looking at host networking requirements and what we can do about them. And that probably paves the way for us, maybe, to have as many Ironics as we want to. Hope it makes sense.
Okay, so it needs to go after the HA, if I understand.
Yeah, we need to do some HA first.
Okay. Okay, I think that's fine because, yeah, I mean, for this scalability test, if we only have one Ironic, then I guess the number of nodes that we can provision might not be very high. I would say 100 nodes might be less, but yeah, that could be good enough for us for now.
Well, that's a question, really. I think the key question that I hope Fake API will answer is, leaving aside all the hardware slowness and everything, protocols, networking, how many nodes can Ironic realistically deploy? I think without Fake API, we're only speculating. 100
Yeah,
is a very conservative estimate. I know people definitely go several hundreds. Actually, downstream in OpenShift, there are, under certain conditions, our folks are testing 3,500 nodes per one Ironic, which is significantly more, and that works, although not all simultaneously, right? Over the course of, say, 12 hours, we deploy more than 3,000 nodes from the same Ironic. That works, but it's all a bit, this is actual testing, but everything else is a bit of speculation. I hope the Fake API answers the question is, where do we hit the limit? And once we do that, we can figure out why we hit the limit, if it makes sense.
yeah, all right. I guess that's a good test. I mean, on my test, I see that the majority or a major problem with one Ironic is that at some point there won't be too many heartbeats from too many sushi tools containers, and that makes it very slow to reason additional nodes. But and also it's hard to say what is the limit because sometimes it's very slow that we can say that it doesn't work anymore. But in reality, there's still something working. So technically it's not the limit. So I guess it's also depends on how well do we want the setup to work.
Well, we can define it ourselves, right? We can define some goals. For example, we can say, okay, assuming inspection is disabled, we expect time to available being this. And if inspection is enabled, we expect time to available to be this on fake API, I mean, where we control networking and control hardware slowness. And we can observe at which point we stop hitting these goals. And then we can figure out, yes, heartbeat is a known problem. I have landed some patches to learning to improve the situation, but without this sort of testing, without having a feedback from you, for example, where you can take a patch and tell me, okay, that makes things better, or that makes things worse. And without seeing logs and without maybe being able to log into your environment and test something, it's again all just speculations. The goal is fake API to remove speculation and start having actual measured testing, which is what I'm so excited about.
Yeah, that's something that we also want to see. Right, and I guess we're going to figure it out once we have the test running on LCI. But thanks, that's a good discussion, I guess.
Yeah, thank you guys for working on this. It's really appreciate it.
Thank you. That was a good discussion. Is there anyone who has any question related to this one? I wrote down a few notes, jump to the discussion topics. But if there are no questions related to this, just quickly, I will circle back to the release team. There have been quite a few new releases, patch releases. So thank you all who contributed, and thanks for the release team. I think mainly you, Hui, who pushed out the releases. Yeah, just for your information, you can follow the link. Okay, yeah. Is there any question related to any of the working groups or the topic that was just mentioned? The IRSO HA? Okay, if there are no discussions related to this, we can continue with the discussion topics, and we have one other from Dimitri.
Yep. I guess it's a question about the meeting schedule, this meeting schedule, because for information, I'll be out for the next 2 Wednesdays, and then there are holidays, so effectively I'll be out for the next 4 Wednesdays. And I don't want to discourage you from having meetings, but we need to decide and communicate when will be the last meeting of this year, when will be the first meeting of next year, because 2 Wednesday will be 25th of December and 1st of January, which are holidays in many countries.
It's completely up to the community. I will be available. I will be working, but please, now is the time. If anyone has any strong opinions.
I think we can just skip the community meeting for those 2 days. I expect low attendance anyhow on those.
For which two? The next two or the
No.
following?
The week of the 25th and the 1st.
So the date that Dimitri mentioned.
Yeah.
25th and
so the week that starts with the 23 and the week that starts with the 30th. So that means that this year's last community meeting would be on the 18th of December.
Yeah, sounds good to me. I personally will not be able, just as Dimitri, for next week and the following, and then there is holidays.
Okay, so the holidays are out, but I think for the next 2 weeks we can have the meeting. At least that's my opinion. So for the 11th and the 18th. So is there any opposition that this year's last community meeting is the 18th of December and the next community meeting after that is the 8th of January? And I will highlight this if there are no oppositions. Okay, if there are no one against this, then I will just highlight it. Okay. Thanks for bringing this up, Dimitri.
Thank you too. And just to be clear, if anybody will be looking for me, I won't be completely absent this 4 weeks. It's just Wednesdays don't really work. So if you can ping me on Slack, I'll respond even with some delays.
That sounds good. Any other topic that anyone would like to bring up? If nothing, then let's quickly get through the triaging. That's a few. Okay, let's see what we have. The new release automation container image workflow is no longer triggered by tag creation, and this is just a fact. I have heard the discussion related to this. Is there anything, Tomo, you would like to add?
I mean, it is pretty well described there. So it's a GitHub security measure to avoid fork bombs with the workflow. So workflow created tag cannot trigger another workflow. So we need to rework how the workflows are called.
Okay, I will tag this as feature because it's basically a change.
No, it's not a feature. It's a bug. So
bug. Okay.
Because it works with the current release process, but it's broken now in IBAM's release process.
Okay.
Because without this fix, the workaround is actually to go to Jenkins and trigger the image build jobs by hand. So,
but the image doesn't work on Jenkins.
no, well, anyways, the point is that you need to do it manually.
Yeah, but I mean, this could be a feature because now we don't trigger it with the tag anymore. We should trigger it with the PR merge, right?
Yeah, but the point is that it was working and now it's no longer, so it's a bug.
Okay.
It's not something new. It's broken.
Okay, let's continue.
But just as an update, this new process in its second iteration, it actually worked otherwise very nicely. So this will ease up the release creation in future quite a lot.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay, the next one is the adapt to Cube Builder changes in BMO in CapM3 tests.
Yeah, so there was the linked issue. This came from upstream that basically the Cube RBAC proxy image is going away, it's deprecated, and so we should be doing changes quite fast in BMO and also IRSO, which replicated the pattern. And then also the BMO manifests are in CAPM3 E2E test data, so it also needs to be changed there.
Can you assign this one to me? I will take a look on this one.
Yeah, sure.
Can you mute yourself? Your mechanical keyboard is quite annoying.
Yeah, sorry, I thought my mic was muting.
Okay, assigned to Kashif. Thanks. I have to quickly close these. Yes, and this is related same. Would you like me to assign you to the BMO one also, Kashif, or just to the CAPM3? Or oh no, these are both for BMO. Sorry. Okay, so
No, there's one BMO which needs to be done first. Then it needs to be adapted in CAPM3 E2E tests, and then also duplicated in ironic operator.
yeah, okay. I switched up the order. So should I add you to the CAPM3 one also, Kashif?
I will do that, no worries.
Thank you. Yep, and this is the standalone operator also. Okay. Okay. Well, yes, I think I will put a priority on these. Don't know the command for priority, so I just add it like this. Okay, next one. Golang CI lint does not lint release node tools. Okay. I think that's also self-explanatory. This can be a good first issue, right, Tomo? Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
But I was just misclicking my mute button. Yeah, I mean, this probably is a minor configuration change on the linter side, but of course it probably will produce some issues in the release tooling. So, but yes, it can be fixed by anyone who knows a bit of Go.
Great. And that's the same, I guess, for all these. I am not updating. That's weird. That's still the same. Okay. Then the next ones are related to IRSO. CA certificates in addition to just key certificates.
Yeah, I found a few things that are basically to-do lists for MVP or shortly after that. And I didn't mark them as trashed immediately to make sure the community had a chance to take a look. In particular, this one, I personally don't usually use CA certificates, but I know you guys, I think you do. So the question is, do you need to also pass CA certificates in addition to just a key and certificate? Or is what we have right now already enough?
I honestly have no idea. Do we use CA certs? What do we use CA certs for? I don't remember.
In our downstream, I think. But I'm trying to think that would they use it here?
Yeah, previously Ironic would communicate, for example, with Inspector, and passing CA certificates made a lot of sense. Right now, I don't believe Ironic communicates with anything. I mean, there's MariaDB, but it's a separate story. Maybe for MariaDB, I don't know. So I guess this bug is a call for discussion on any extended TLS options beyond just passing certificate, like key entered.
We might need it. I'm just thinking TLS enabled iPixie might need one CA cert to be injected. I don't remember 100%, but I think that needs a CA.
Yeah, so please comment on this bug, and suggestions are welcome and patches are welcome as well.
Yeah, thanks. I will accept this. Yeah. Testing keywords that run E to E with IRSO.
Yep. So it would be really useful to have some proud keywords that actually now run the devm test with the standalone operator instead of the regular deployments.
What did it have? Oh, because it's in the project info. Okay. It's fine by me. Extra configuration. Yes, that's true. The configuration just okay, I see. By all means, it's also fine. So, typos.
Yeah, that's existing functionality in ironic image. So I guess we have to expose it.
Yes. Yeah, and it's a very useful one. So update user data. Need provision again. That's no. That I won't accept. So yes, the network and the user net data. If you change the secret, you need to reprovision. It won't update it because I don't think it makes any sense to update it if it's not a provisioning process, so that it's taken once when you provision and it's never ever touched again. So yeah, you have to reprovision. Do I misunderstand something here? Create a new user secret, network data secret, update the user data secret. So the goal would be to automatically provision the BMH if you change the user data.
Yeah, sounds like it.
How common is it that something reacts to secret change? Like not like the content of the secret change, or no, if the reference to a secret changes, how common is that something gets redeployed in general? Like a deployment or something.
I mean, normally if you update the secret in place, so you just change the content, then there is no guarantee that
Yes.
that the pod will pick it up. But you mean if we create it again or something?
Yeah, if you delete it, create a new one and reference that one.
Well, the I would say the common pattern then, like what Customize would do, for example, is so you create a new secret with new name, like some hash on the end or something. Then the deployment would do a rollout because you basically change the content of the like of the deployment itself. So no existing pods would not take it, but it would then create new pods.
Yeah.
But that's again like I don't know that's well yeah in BMO context this is maybe a bit strange. In CapM3 this means you create like new templates and then you switch to the new template and then it will update all like roll out, recreate all the machines.
But then what I'm thinking is that if I just compare it to a deployment, I would say that okay, it's not that far-fetched. But then if I think about our state machine that we also sometimes clean, that is servicing, potentially there is inspection. So there are different states, so that it would even need to handle that. I would do this behavior, like I would react to this user data secret change only if I'm in this state and not in the other states. I don't know. It feels to me that a lot of work for a very, very minor convenience feature. I don't know how you feel about it, folks. Well, what's your opinion? Because this functionality, like you can do it, like you can automate this already. You don't need new features to change it and redeploy it. It would just, I don't know, instead of 2 operations, this would be 1 operation. I feel it a bit like it's not enough justification for me.
I'm a bit worried about accidentally reprovisioning machines with this. I'd probably be more open to some sort of annotation similar to the reboot annotation, like reboot annotation, where we explicitly say, okay, this has to be rebuilt, which is also cool because it can be rebuilt with nothing changed in the bare metal host and without doing this fake URL removal, URL adding. And it would be a very simple change, essentially. If you see this annotation, you remove URL from status and it will automatically reprovision. But the way it's put here, I also have reservations, to be honest.
Okay, but
Yeah, I agree.
I think your idea about this rebuild annotation or something is very good. Yeah, I would rather that's more general, more useful. Okay. Set to put this down. If it's what options do we have? Let's Let's make it unresolved. Remove files from the project.
Yeah, this is an interesting discussion. It actually involves the keep alive and also Iron client, for example.
Yes. Okay. Okay. I will accept this.
Okay. Can we make some discussion or decision on the target locations for those containers?
Yeah, why not? So it is the keep alive the Docker. And what else?
In the comments, we discussed about the Iron client repository, which is kind of abandoned. So maybe it should also move to, for example, Iron image.
I think it's pretty natural to have the client with Ironic. I mean, that's a client for Ironic. And I also find it weird that we have keep alive D and BMO. I actually spent some time looking for it when working on ESO.
Okay, I'm fine with it. Actually, I don't. The keep alive that can go to utility. And you say you would prefer the client to go with the Ironic. Okay, I'm fine with that.
So and the timeline for the BMO after the release, maybe.
Yep, that's good.
For Iron client, can we move it right away because we just got a release?
Yes.
Yep, it's not even release bound. It's just we need to update whatever is building the image in Quay to build it from a different location.
Yeah, it's a GitHub workflow, so it moves with the Docker file.
Yeah, but it is going to become a subdirectory, so we need to pay some attention there.
Yep.
It could be something to Marcus help wanted.
Yep. What's the next BMO version? 0.9?
9,
10?
yeah.
9, okay.
I will write another issue for the client move, so keep this for the keep live and BMO.
Okay. Projects. It's Metacube roadmap, and I think I would consider it VIP because we will give it a milestone, and we agree to do this, and it's kind of a single action. Okay, let's update it. Okay, so by BMO 0.10, this will be removed from here. Okay, I won't put it VIP. It's fine in the backlog. Cool, thanks. That's a nice find. Okay. Replacement script from run local ironic.
Another wild idea of mine. So the run local ironic is a bit difficult to maintain. And if we're going to concentrate everything ironic related in one repository with Go code, maybe we could have a Go tool that just uses that to create local ironic rather than an entirely separate bash script. Just a thought. I'm not going to work on that, but if somebody wants a cool task to work on, this is a cool task to work on.
You mean this would be just a tiny tooling that wouldn't even deploy the IRSO? It would just deploy ironic in a container, and you can use that for development.
Yeah, do you remember what run local ironic is?
I
we
don't
have
think
that
I
in-
used it.
It's a bash script we have in bare metal operator repository right now, which does, yes, literally that. It starts ironic in Podman or Docker containers without any Kubernetes involved. And we, I believe, actually use that in the Ubuntu flavor of our Metal Cube Defense CI,
Yes.
where we use kind.
Yeah, from that direction via devenv, I have used it. Not directly this, but when devenv initiates this, then yes.
Yeah, so my thought is it's going to be even harder to maintain that after we eventually remove ironic deployment from BMO. So maybe we want to consolidate these things together in ironic standalone operator. Just yes, just as a Go tool that takes the same input but only starts local containers.
Yeah, in any case, I don't like. Yeah, I agree, because now that we will have a place for managing ironic deployments, and we don't want to keep ironic stuff in BMO, then it's certainly a better place. So I agree. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Is there anyone with any other comment? Then it's
Do you think this needs to be somewhat aligned with the standalone operator? I mean, not aligned, but like follow the same logic or anything, or we just need to basically rewrite the bash script into Go.
My thought would be to reuse the operator's code. So not just directly rewrite the same thing in bash, but reuse the code that currently configures ironic containers, but don't pass it to Kubernetes. Just take this and create local containers based on top of that. Maybe it's going to be
But
hard. That's just how I envision that.
but does it will it be a part of the standalone operator code base? I mean, if we change one, we change the other, or just copy the code over.
Please no copying code. The big goal here is to avoid duplicating this code anymore. Because right now, if you change something in ironic deployment, you have to change run local ironic manually.
Oh,
It
okay. I
shares
see.
zero code with anything else is just bash scripts doing sudo docker run and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I see. I get your idea.
okay. Find a way to make TLS required.
Yep, that's actually kind of MVP requirement. That's something we discussed on Slack some time ago. I think Leonard was the one who suggested, or maybe Kashif. No, maybe it was Kashif actually who suggested that TLS should be just required in the operator rather than being opt-in. And this is an item to track that.
Okay. Adopt copy v1 beta 2 conditions. I guess it's copy compatibility. So we can't do anything with this. We need it. Oh, is it feature? It's feature. Not dependency. Yeah. Okay. Wait. What will be the criteria here to with enabling the linters? Or I mean, I understand there are more linters, but do we really need them?
I mean, code quality is always just subjective, as I think. So I didn't list any specific ones to add, but because there are so many of them, so opinions are welcome, which are needed. In general, also this Golang CLint config has quite a lot of all sorts of exceptions and whatnot. So an educated opinions are welcome.
Maybe, maybe I don't know. I would suggest a GitHub discussion, but actually we can discuss this under this issue also.
So which repo is this?
Bare metal, BMO.
Okay, yeah. In IPAM we are like 10 linters behind BMO and CAPM3, so there the first 10 are clear. We should at least bring it up to par with BMO and CAPM3, but after that it's up to discussion. And because there are now 4 repos having this same kind of issue, then maybe we actually shouldn't discuss it in this specific issue, but
Okay.
but maybe I'll open a discussion item.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Okay. And then this is the same stuff. It's the CAPM 3. Yes, and I will put here that yay. And then these are the old ones. Let's see what was updated. Okay, but then this has to be renamed. Okay. I want to undo this. I will propose something here. No, but it's a legit issue. Okay, I should just accept it like this, and it will be solved anyways. And then these attached disks. This is, there is no agreement here. Okay, this will be never accepted in this form. Okay, I think we are done. I'll just quickly went through these, and we are out of time, so I will check the stairs later. So is there any other comment, question, anything that we should discuss before we end the meeting? And now the triaging was a bit longer. Okay, so if nothing else, then thank you for your time and patience. Let's meet next week at the same time. And until then, have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.